with a red folder in his hands. He's accompanied by his assistant, who tries to make sure that they don't get followed by annoying reporters. So the weird thing happens after this man passes the car. The red folder suddenly changes its color.
What the f?
Witchcraft!
He handed it off to someone in the car very subtly as he passed.
Do you
then
think?
Slipped him something else.
Didn't look like there's anybody in that car.
Well, that looks like a red folder, but now it's green.
Yeah.
Anything could explain this.
If they're doing some sort of like high profile handoff, don't you think they would have coordinated folder colors? I don't know if anybody wearing a suit like that would not think to make sure that they were color coordinated.
Not everyone is smart.
It's true, but people in suits look smart.
Yeah, just because it makes them look smart doesn't mean they are smart. If you're well put together, it doesn't mean you got all the brains. It just means you look alright.
Chiste nos dicen por acá, aquí prohibida la pólvora. ¡Ah!
Oh, it's Christmas.
Todo el mundo revienta
Mira,
fuego.
mira. ¿Viste?
Ah, sí.
¿Viste el vaso? Se corrió para allá.
Ok.
No sé si lo vieron.
Bastémosle.
Pero no hay desnivel.
What's happening?
No me preocupes.
No hay desnivel.
Feel like they hate each other.
No hay desnivel en la mesa.
6:58 minutos, vamos a Sophie Cake. Vamos.
Oh.
Ah.
What?
Pólvora. ¡Ah! Todo el mundo revienta
Mira,
fuego.
mira.
Oh damn! You kind of noticed at the end, but then it ends. I thought they were about to fight. Like
Yeah.
I thought they were having some kind of dispute where like one of them would say something and the other would be like, like they seemed not happy with each other.
Yeah.
And then
because they got each other bad gifts for Secret Santa.
True.
That's why.
True.
They each got like some like soap.
That's horrible. It's like you may as well not even show up if you get someone a bad gift. It's like that's
Put in some effort. Come
yeah, nothing more embarrassing than knowing you're the person at the party with the worst Christmas gift.
Emergency alert.
You are watching what flashed across some television screens in Southern California just after 11 o'clock this morning. Some heard what started as an emergency alert and turned into a warning of the end of the world.
Is that something that TV stations have contingency plans for? Do they have these pre-recorded messages in case the end of the world happens, like for different reasons? Like, you know, they've got one for like a nuclear apocalypse, they've got another one for a religious apocalypse, a rapture if you would, another one in case like the SCP Foundation is revealed to be real. I don't know, is that something they've prepared for, or do they have one that's just kind of a blanket? This one could be it. Or maybe, just maybe, and I think this might be the case here, is somebody has hacked into the frequency there and is now using it as their own personal soapbox for their perceived end of the world.
Go and have a look, and for some reason I said let's buy them, and we
So
bought,
did you say
actually, we
then?
bought
There's more than
three.
one. Okay.
For some
We
reason.
bought three. They were £5 each, and we thought, we'll buy them because they look like they're worth more than £5 each. You know, hands up, I bought them to
Look,
resell.
that chair's beginning
Chair's
to rock.
rocking.
Oh
Who's
my
doing
god.
that? Stop it. Who's doing that?
Who's doing that? Stop it. That reminded me of me. Every time Joss does something I don't like, stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it.
Enough.
Who's doing that? I just love the caption. My doll is possessed and attacked my husband.
He looks
I
terrified.
know, he's like a big guy, he looks scary, and the doll's like this Barbie doll. It's like, my doll is possessed and attacked my husband. They seem genuinely scared.
Yeah.
Just throw it away. Why keep it?
Oh, it's like there's something going on here. Like he obviously didn't actually want these dolls. Like she was like, hey look, they're £5 each. Like we should get them. They're probably worth more. And he's like, absolutely not. She's like, we're getting them. And then the story that she's telling on TV is that they agreed together.
Yeah, and he's like, nope. You
No,
can see it. He's
in his
red in the
eyes,
face.
right in
He's
his
red in the
eyes.
face.
He's
He
like-
looks so unhappy.
It just disappears.
It goes bye-bye.
Dude, is it not?
In a video game where you exit one world,
Yep.
but
Just you
it's like-
despawn, right?
Yeah, he's left. Bye bye, Pope. Peace.
What do you think happened? Do you think it was like, did God have like a really special mission for him and he was just like, whoop?
I think
pulled him right out?
I think someone edited the video, or it's like in Sims when you pick your sim up and they just come out. Like, yeah, someone picked him up.
For the most part, the Chinese government keeps a white-knuckle grip on the reins of the media. But during Friday prime time on August 1st, 2014, hackers temporarily wrested away control, hijacking local cable in the city of Wenzhou. Viewers were taken aback to see anti-government, pro-democracy messages overlaying programs on each of the channels for a period of roughly 10 minutes. The pirate content included references to the persecuted spiritual movement Falun Gong and the iconic image of Tankman, the lone protester who faced down tanks in Tiananmen Square.
Again, let's go. Come on. Any sort of regime stops the free speech of people, censors things, hides information, promotes a message that may or may not be truthful or in line with reality. If people are gonna stand up against that, more power to them. Come on.
En este momento estamos transmitiendo en vivo en directo. 10:47 de la noche, miren eso.
What the heck?
Miren eso. Ahora, vamos a tratar de ser racionales.
Mira, no se mueve.
Podría ser.
What was that?
It's real life aliens caught on camera. UFO.
Supernova.
They were sucking up all the people to do their experiments.
What kind of experiments? Whoa.
What kind of experiments? Well, 13-year-old Keegan. Sometimes there's probing, just testing the DNA out, seeing what they can do.
No, keep going. I need to collect myself. Please, continue to list different types of alien experiments.
I think they're just, looking at our DNA, seeing if they can combine to make us superhuman. I don't know, I'm just guessing. Or it's just, a weird light in the sky.
Yeah.
Someone.
But what would cause a light in the sky that big if it's not aliens? I'm thinking like if a star explodes, we're just as screwed.
Yeah, that's true. I have no idea what causes that. I'm just going with aliens. It seems the most reasonable. That's Jamie Carragher. At first I was like, this is normal, it's just the groundsman doing the lawn, well, the football pitch.
Somebody was out on the grass.
But he also was pulled out of the universe.
Yeah,
I feel like this whole list is just people leaving the simulation.
Yeah, it's all caught on live television.
Share and fight awakening as the planet passes into a new age of Aquarius.
The engineers tried to get back control of the station. You can see this battle on the screen. Behind Villon's message, the visuals on the TV continued as normal. Finally, the network regained control, and the voice was gone.
Classic. So this might be a similar example to what I was talking about before, but yeah, people getting on air and, staging their manifestos, making sure everyone listens for whatever amount of time they can make them listen for. That's gotta be weird, like especially considering the time period in which it happened, right? Where this kind of thing wasn't necessarily expected or even really known about. Like you're just watching TV, maybe not even paying attention very much, and then like, boom, snap back to reality because some weirdo is telling you about like the impending apocalypse or new age of Aquarius, and like, you don't know if this is like an all-powerful message from beyond or if it's just some guy hacking in. Hacking in wasn't necessarily like a widely known practice back then. So you just gotta put yourself in the shoes of like, I think this would be something like that I would talk about for ages. Like if I was a kid and that happened on my TV, like pre-internet era, I would never shut up about it. That would like be the defining moment of my childhood right there. Boom.
Catherine. The chair next to me is about to start thumping on its own. You'll be able to clearly hear it. It's creeping me out now.
Oh.
Okay, I get it. I'm going.
Yep.
I watched this video because I had to write about it on a top 5 list, She's this skeptic. She was very skeptical. She doesn't believe in ghosts, anything like that. And then she went into this castle that was supposedly haunted. She was like, screw you guys, nothing's gonna happen.
So that's that suit of armor. I
Yeah.
thought that was like, I don't know.
She was just, this weird castle. And she went at like 2 a.m. She was like, I'm just gonna go down there. I don't need anyone. I'll just bring my cameraman. Because she was so non-believing of this stuff. And then, this happened. She flipped out and then ran.
Huge.
That's when you know it's real.
It's true.
At second base, so the Oakland A's take. I'll tell you what, we're having an earthquake.
Oh, earthquake. Damn. Daniel?
Darn, David?
Oh, David. My dad's called David. He'll like the shout out. David McPhee. Give him a shout out.
That's what he's called. It's even his name. People just call him David, but his real name's like Chris.
My dad?
Mm-hmm.
He's called David.
Why is he called David?
That's his name. Oh, don't me. This is how us Brits say things. He's called David, like you're called Keegan. Like, what all of you, get lost.
We're gonna have a great time together.
It may be the creepiest episode ever on The Dating Game, because this bachelor looking for love back in 1978 is actually a serial killer.
I'm called the Banana, and I look really good.
No one had any idea that Rodney Alcala had already launched his killing spree when he appeared on the popular dating show.
That's something you look back on and wonder about. I guess there's no way to screen that if somebody hasn't, got a criminal record yet, right? Like if they're still doing it in the background, you gotta wonder what's going through his head when he's on there, right? Like what he's thinking about. Like is he getting like a gigantic thrill from knowing that he has killed somebody and is on television trying to date someone, just being a charming regular Joe type guy? That's worth a deeper investigation. You got to wonder like how he got on the show, like what inspired him to do so, like what the people on the show thought of him. You got to wonder what the contestant that had to choose between him and two other guys thought when she found out that was the case.
See the locks on the doors, Miko. Privacy was key in this room, obviously.
Yeah, he liked his privacy. When the doors were open, it was okay, but when he locked, he wanted his privacy. He had his privacy.
This is one of the bathrooms.
Did you see that?
2 bathrooms.
Did you see the ghost?
Yes. I think I saw it peripherally. I didn't actually tune into it.
Can we see it one more time? We'll watch down the hallway.
See the locks on the doors, Miko. Privacy was key in this room, obviously.
Yeah, he liked his privacy. When the doors were open, it was okay, but when he locked, he wanted his privacy. He had his privacy.
This is one of the bathrooms.
Did you see it?
There are 2 bathrooms.
This is Neverland. This is inside Michael Jackson's strange...
The ranch? The Neverland Ranch?
Yeah, where we know what went on, but we can't talk about it.
He relived his childhood that he never got. But
dirty old man. And I'm sorry if you like him. Personally, I can separate his art from his weird, disgusting behavior, but he's a horrible human being.
Was a horrible human being.
Anyway, I think that was his ghost.
It was his ghost?
Specifically his ghost.
Do you think it was moonwalking?
Yeah.
Oh.
I can kind of moonwalk, guys.
Do it right now on your platform.
Not these. I'm wearing black, intense biker boots. I can't moonwalk in this.
You can. Just really flex that boot.
Can't even get the leg up. Flex the boot. And they barely move. I'm thumping around.
And as the tsunami traversed the Pacific, 110,000 nesting seabirds were taken out by the 5-foot wave. It was so powerful that aftershocks continued to hit Japan during the year that followed, 5,000 to be exact. It was so powerful that 6 years later, and the tsunami's devastation is still being dealt with in Japan, where of the 150,000 evacuees still left, whose homes were lost to the quake, a third are still in temporary housing. As for the cost of damages in US dollars, it rang in at about 199 billion, but because the earthquake was followed up by the tsunami, and both were unexpected, the 2-in-1 had devastating results. It got worse. A cooling system failure resulted from the tsunami at the Fukushima nuclear power plant, releasing
Scariest part of that video is that he said how do you say nuclear wrong? Nuclear.
No, because it's spelt nuclear.
It's nuclear, yeah, but he said nuclear.
Some people say nuclear.
Okay, I take back the thing that I said about the scariest thing being the pronunciation, because tsunamis are terrifying, and that is just something that disrupted and uprooted so many lives.
Yeah, that was a terrifying time. A lot of people died. People are still not in homes.
Yeah.
If that was a recent video. I'm sure it is.
When was the tsunami? Was that 2012?
2011.
2011?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, you know, one of the nicest things about shopping by mail order.
Oh no, this one.
Pardon me? What is this? Let me see what it says. All right. All right, well, let me read this. Folks, we have someone on the set who's standing here and would like me to read this copy which was just handed to me. You want to tell me your name or not? What is it? And Gary, where are you from?
David, very cool there. At that point, news producer Nancy Valenta ordered us off the air, but we all pretended that we were still broadcasting for the...
Wow. Yeah, very cool indeed. Like, cool as ice, man. This guy's got a gun on him, and he's just like, yeah, so what's your name? Where are you from? Would you like me to read this? Okay, I'll do that for you. Wow. That is a high-pressure scenario right there. Good for him. Good for the broadcaster. Not so good for the guy who broke into this television station with a gun and forced him to read, I guess, a manifesto, whatever it was on the paper.
Ya saben qué es lo que tienen que hacer en este momento. Conservar la calma y evacuar de inmediato. Me voy a levantar.
Holy smokes!
That's scary.
That is scary.
Wonder where they are. I don't know. Does it say Santa Fe?
Yeah.
But that's not Santa Fe.
It's a runner about Santa Fe. It's the Guardian. I don't know.
That's scary.
That's nuts.
Don't
Like all those lights up there shaking.
Yeah.
That's so terrifying because those are not
supposed to.
light.
No, they're not. They're very heavy.
They're
and those
very heavy.
beams are intense.
They're called lights. They're heavy.
They should be called heavy.
Yeah. But like, have you ever seen one of those fall? Like, it falls like an anvil.
Yeah,
that hits somebody, dead.
Everyone did. Be like an ant under a shoe.
Under a biker boot.
Under my boot.
That's not live TV. That's like webcam.
Her live webcam, live TV. What the happened?
Her cat bit her eyeball.
Oh, that's savage.
Yeah.
At first I thought it was someone else sat next to her and I thought hair went in her eye. And I just saw something different.
That kitty cat just chomped her ocular device.
Cats are deadly. I've been scratched in the eye by a cat before. I didn't
Not that
bad. No, but cats are
Pretty much all these reported encounters with spirits are Victorian or thereabouts. Gaynor Green says, my nana has a collection of dolls in her dining room. They're so creepy. They look as if they're just waiting to pounce. Now, you put this up for sale, right? And you put it on the web, right? And you were quite upfront because you didn't want anybody buying this unless they knew this was possessed, as you believe possessed.
I didn't list it as a haunted doll. I listed it as a creepy doll.
Did they not notice that the doll was rocking its chair all on its own? They had the cameraman was zoomed right in on it. I'm 100% sure they had cameras rigged for the 2 interviews, the wide, and then one for just the doll. And that camera operator was like he can't say anything, but he's like screaming internally at his producer, like, get this, get this, get this. And the producer was like, boom, switch to camera, doll, go. But nobody seems to notice. Why would she list it as just a creepy doll, though, and not a haunted doll? I feel like it's like that's irresponsible not to let somebody know. This is another.
Oh my god. Oh, that cleanup would be the worst.
They have so much crap in there.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I would not want to work in an office like that. It's like everyone's on top of each other, COVID-19, and everything's a mess. Organize that but, well, they can organize now because everything's
Well, they have to organize
Yeah.
now. There's no other option. You're not going back to the way it was.
Is that you? Is there something on the back of my neck right now?
What the f is that?
Excuse me?
Is that a little child?
Here, get something from the hamper and wipe it off me quick. Snatch it, quick, help, 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 help.
What?
What?
What's going on?
He wants something wipes off of him, so something's on him, but I thought I saw a child run by again.
And who is the second person?
His wife?
Squealing?
I don't know. I'm so confused as to what just happened. What's on his body? Yeah, so something there.
Is there something on the back of my neck right now?
What is it?
So she sees something on the back of him. Something's on him.
Is there a...
She freaks out. Because she... What do I do? Yeah, so something's... Because she's lying on the bed. Something goes on him. She gets scared by whatever is on him. And she's like, she doesn't know what to do. So something's on him. I don't know what's on him.
The communist regime in Poland was holding on by its fingertips. Economic crisis was inspiring dissent, inflamed by the underground trade union Solidarność, Polish for solidarity. During the 1985 parliamentary elections, the regime banned opposition candidates from running, prompting calls for a boycott. To get the message out, 4 astronomers at the University of Torun superimposed text supporting solidarity and the proposed boycott. They were caught, but received a light slap on the wrist in the form of probation and a small fine.
No, solidarity. Let's go. Let's go, unions. Let's go. Come on. If you're doing that behind the scenes to promote that kind of message, by all means. Especially if you're being, censored and pushed out by other people. If people are being banned from running or promoting certain messages, what is that?
Oh my god. What is happening? What the hell is happening?
It's just 2 old guys in an argument. Like a really raunchy argument.
Their normal news program? Like,
It's gotta be.
Oh my god, they just lost it. Look at them. And they don't even want to fight each other. They're just like battling with the table. Like the top of the table.
If somebody lets go, that's like a sign of weakness, you know? Like,
yeah, exactly. It's also like they're both so weak because they don't want to toss the table aside and just go fight each other.
Right?
It's like that feeling of when someone's holding you back and you're like, let me at him. But if they let you go,
they're doing it for
you'd be
themselves,
like,
right?
Yeah.
They're like, if this table wasn't here right now,
No,
like
I
I'd
would
kick your ass. If this wasn't here, like I'd punch you so hard.
Yeah, exactly. But they want that table there because they don't want the fight.
Speak, and this could be deadly. Let's go tower cam. There's a damaging tornado on the ground right now. The significant tornado touchdown.
What the f?
Base now. Basement now. Let's go. Now. What? Okay, now.
They got tornadoed.
I can't believe he was reporting on the weather knowing that the tornado was touching down right next to them. What the f?
He had to make sure
the people knew.
That the people knew. This man's a hero.
But he was so slow to react. That's what's annoying, is that we could see it in the background shaking and he was just like, just kept calm and kept looking.
Tornado now. Basement now.
Send this jinn to block you to speak or to go to court.
So are they exercising a djinn live on TV and the djinn is laughing at that attempt? Because if so, that is freaky. The guy that was speaking seems to kind of have a handle of what's going on, but his co-host here seems absolutely flabbergasted, like totally freaked out by what's going on. I think I might be too. That's happening on live television. Whoever's on the other end of the phone is just losing their mind because the djinn that has possessed them, or the djinn that's in their house, or wherever this spirit may be, is just going bonkers, going loony.
One of the nicest things about shopping by mail order.
Oh.
Pardon me? What is it? Let me read this. Folks, we have someone on the set who's standing here and would like me to read this copy which was just handed to me. You want to tell me your name?
That's ballsy.
Is this what that movie was based on that had George Clooney and Jack O'Connell in it? Where it was like, yeah, the guy came in with a gun and he was like, you've got to give me all this money. And it was on live TV.
I actually don't know that movie.
Oh, it's a good movie. You should watch
Okay.
it. Can't remember what it's called.
Bit me. No, it didn't. It didn't.
Ooh.
Dan, what do you? I'll let him hang out
Yeah,
there.
they actually don't have any mouth parts. They can't eat as an adult. So
Thank goodness.
The live shot at the Smithsonian National Museum of Natural History's Butterfly Pavilion was splitting
All right.
I thought this mating with my earlobe.
Bob thought he was joking, but this is one moth that didn't need to be egged on.
the moth was being very friendly.
But the reporter wasn't the only one who got an earful. Next thing you know, the moth was going up the arm of the Butterfly Pavilion's manager.
Who's tired of me?
Flapping in his ear. The live shot ended gracefully, and then...
When we leave the pavilion, we check ourselves, make sure we don't have butterflies on us, and we noticed that there was 2 little white dots in my ear. And then I looked in the reporter's ear.
This is what he saw. The reporter tweeted out the photo of his own ear saying, yuck.
We all know what happened.
You got ear bro.
A moth literally your ear and then left what? Are those 2 eggs? Like what the
Assuming.
Imagine being in the ear by a moth.
They don't have to imagine. It happened to them.
There's really no way I could prove it without revealing my identity and getting myself into more trouble than I have already.
Exactly what's going on up there?
Well, there's several, actually 9 flying saucers, flying discs that are out there of extraterrestrial origin, and they're basically being dismantled. Some are, well, in various stages of completion, built from other parts, and they're being test flown and basically just analyzed.
Are they at Area 51? Are we at an airfield somewhere? Why are we seeing flying saucers? Why are they being test driven? Have we not heard anything more about this ever since? Dennis, tell me more. They don't even have his voice modulated like they have him in Darkness, which granted is useful for hiding his identity, but I think a lot of it is definitely trackable, traceable, perceivable.
Whoa. Did you see that?
No.
The woman disappeared.
Where?
Okay, play it again.
I was looking at the woman with the cart.
No, the woman behind her. Okay, so play it one more time. So the blonde woman there behind her. Keep an eye on her.
Huh?
She's gone. Vanished into thin air.
She was just talking to her too. Look, they're
then she's gone.
exchanging
That's
words.
it. I wonder, I have a theory. I think she's walking like directly in line with her, so you can't see her
yeah,
anymore.
so it's
They're
like a clean wipe.
Because when she starts to move before you finally, before the last time we see her, it looks like she's walking with her.
Definitely.
So I think they're just in line with each other.
Like
or
the
she
woman with the
vanished
cart's
into
walking
thin
by.
air.
She's like, hey, like, it'd be really funny if we like made you look like a ghost. And the woman was like, yeah, that would be funny.
let's
And then
do
she
it.
walks along.
That's exactly what happened. They planned the whole thing. Or she's a time traveler. She just jumped through a wormhole or something.
It's take 2, 89th and Ashland. Oh, here. Oh, let's do it with the train.
What are you doing?
The train's literally coming.
3, 2, 1. It was 20 minutes after midnight. Oh, scared me.
What do you mean scared you? It's a train!
Is she an idiot? Is she an idiot? She literally She saw the train coming, heard it coming.
Steps up onto the tracks.
And then said, whoa, you scared me.
Whoa, dude! You caught me off guard with all your, train horn. Like, that's the whole point of that, making so much noise, is to alert you to the fact that it is coming.
That looks like Johnny Knoxville. Don't you think the guy looked like Johnny Knoxville?
Oh, I thought it was
I
Johnny
thought it
Knoxville
was
first.
Johnny
Like, before I heard them speaking Spanish,
The
like,
paper flew off that table.
zoom!
Thought this was a Jack.
This is Ghost Jack. It's
was
not
a Jack
about Johnny, it's about the ghosts.
No.
Yeah.
They didn't like that newspaper.
These
that was
ghosts,
flying.
they're pulling pranks. They really can't put their bodies on the line for anything because they're ghosts. But like maybe there's like a ghost version of that where it's like you put like your plasma on the line.
Thanks Bob Hope Airport, an indicator light came on noting that there was an issue with the landing gear. The front tires of the airplane had swiveled sideways and were frozen there, as the retraction gear hadn't fully retracted. With 146 passengers on board, the airliner swung laps in the California sky for 3 hours to burn off fuel, so that their emergency landing wouldn't be so fiery. They were told to land at LAX, as it was supplied with more emergency equipment and a longer runway on which to land. The pilot would land it using primarily the back wheels of the airliner. All the while, people were watching this scary event live at home on TV. Passengers were watching it on their tiny TV monitors on the back side of each seat. Loads of emergency equipment sat ready on the runway, while more than 100 firefighters awaited the landing. Time stood still, with thousands stopping on highways and watching from nearby buildings.
Holy smokes!
I wish we could see the full thing. I love that they literally tried to drain their fuel just in case they landed and it exploded. They were like, we want to reduce the fire. The fact, I didn't even know you could do that, just like try and land on those back two wheels or whatever.
Real fancy to do that.
Ninguna incentivación para tomar para hacer las cosas. Muy bien, ahí te respondió Junior.
What am I looking at? What am I looking at?
We try that again?
One more time, please.
So the top right of her head, we're getting that circle.
Something top right, okay.
Ninguna incentivación para tomar para hacer las cosas. Muy bien, ahí te respondió Junior.
Is there a person just stood there? Is it the outline of someone's body? Is it a face?
Oh, it's like, there's like that, yeah, do you see that?
Yeah, I see the white, but I can't tell how far away that is.
Yeah.
Whether it looks like a silhouette of a person, like the side of their body, or if that's the side of someone's face.
Is that a crack in the set? Like, is that like a gap?
it's a crack in the set.
Okay, so there's somebody back there.
There's someone back
peeping
there,
in
but
with
I can't
big dark
tell.
eyes to me, it looks like.
Yeah, I see a big dark eye as well, but then what if it's further away and it looks like someone in a white t-shirt?
It could just be like a member of the crew, like, not realizing they're right beside that crack.
I'm confused. Let's go with it's a scary face.
Scary face.
Hollowed out black eyes.
Hollowed out black eyes. Watching this woman sing. When she goes back to her hotel room, that face is waiting for her.
Coronavirus update now. Baldwin County and Northwest Florida beaches are back open. Hundreds came out to soak up the sun, sand, and surf. With so many people out and about, social distancing is a real concern. In Northwest Florida, one lawyer took a bold approach to express his concerns. News 5's mobile journalist Daniel Smithson reports.
Northwest Florida lawyer Daniel Uhlfelder has launched his Grim Reaper Beach tour to protest the reopening of Florida beaches during the COVID-19 pandemic. Uhlfelder strolls Miramar Beach dressed in black. He wears a mask, carries a plastic sign.
Good for him. Because anyone who went to that beach when it reopened, you're all a bunch of idiots. And come for me if you think I'm an saying that. But anyone that goes and mingles with a large group of people, stupid. And this was early. This was after the first lockdown. And we were still in lockdown when this opened back up, I remember.
Yep.
That's crazy.